Good morning to you all. Today I will start the classification of plant kingdom. But before beginning this topic, I would like to take you back because in the last lecture I explained the five kingdom division system. And in five kingdom division system, I explained the name of five kingdom: Monera, Protista, fungi, plantae and Animalia with the examples. But today I am here with a new contents, with a new topic that is related with the classification, and that is, the classification of plant kingdom. So in the classification of plant kingdom, I will explain the matter that the all plants are categorized into two categories, that is cryptogamous and phanerogamous. And cryptogamous non-flowering plants are kept, and phanerogamous all flowering plants, it means well developed plants, are kept in that category. In the cryptogamous there are non-flowering undeveloped plants, primitive plants are kept. First, I would like to tell you that in the cryptogamous, in the sub-kingdom cryptogamous, there are divisions. Now, Thylophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. So, there are three subdivisions like Thylophyta, thyloid structure is there, then Bryophyta and then Pteridophyta. So when we start, it's your duty to remember the name of Thylophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. And phyta means plant. Everywhere you will see the phyta. What is the meaning of phyta? Plants. It's a Latin term, and the meaning of phyta is plant. So when the plants are thyloid, undeveloped, they are kept in the Thylophyta. When the Bryophyta, the plants are undeveloped, non-flowering, and they are also mosses-like structures. So bryos means moss, and terris, P is silent, pteridophyta. So P is silent, and in this pteridophyta the ferns are coming. In the example you will see all ferns are kept in this category. So here are the Thylophyta, Bryophyta and P is silent. You will see the Pteridophyta, right? So when we'll start in the Thylophyta category, it will be algae, fungi, and in the Bryophyta category there would be three subclasses. You need not to remember this, but I am telling you: Hepatici, Anthoceros and Masai. There are three subcategories in the bryophytes, and when we are moving towards the Pteridophyta, Psilopsida, Lycopsida, Sphinopsida and Pteriopsida. But you can remember in the Pteridophyta some members of the Pteridophyta. Okay, so it was Thylophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. I will tell you the 3-4 characteristics of each phylum, each classes. And when we are moving after the cryptogamous, when we are moving towards the phanerogamous, in the flowering plants category, you will remember there are two groups in this phanerogamous. Number one, gymnosperm. Number two, angiosperm. All seeds are without seed coat, and that is why they are called gymnosperms. Gymnos meaning naked and sperm means seed. On the other hand, developed to this, the most developed plants are kept in the angiospermic category, and angiospermic means seed coat is present, seeds are covered, and that is why they are called angiospermic. And angiospermic, when we go for the angiospermic in the further division, it is in a course that dicotyledons, dicots and monocots. Look at this. There are two classes in the gymnosperm, falling two classes in the gymnosperm: dicotyledons having two cotyledons, having two seed cotyledons, seed leaves, and in monocotyledons they are having one cotyledons. That is why they are called monocotyledons. And monocotyledons will study about the papaya, what are their leaf structure, what type of roots there are, and what type of stem, what type of floral diagrams. So when you look towards the characteristics, then you will be able to understand 100%. It is only the classification, but I will give you detail of the characteristics of these members and with the examples. Like in the dicotyledons, two cotyledons are present, and in this there are different type of roots, there are different type of leaf venation, and there are different types of stem and floral diagrams are there, different. So when we go for the characteristics, I mean features, then that would be complete study. It is at the beginning session, that is why I am giving you that you can write the classification chart. It's your work that you have to write the classification chart, make a table, make a classification sheet by which you can remember the division of these very classes, subdivision like cryptogamous, phanerogamous, thylo, bryo, pterido. Then in the phanerogamous, gymnosperm and angiosperm. Again gymnosperm is divided into two categories, Psychopsida, Coniferopsida and Nidopsida. Conifers, I mean Cycas, Pinus are the example of the gymnosperm. On the other hand, angiosperm like monocotyledons, papaya and other examples are there. In the dicotyledons, sunflower, mustard, etc. So when you start any classification, it's your duty to remember the class's name and remember the examples of that very classes. So it is about the classification of plant kingdom. Yes. Now I will take you towards the 5 kingdom division system characteristics. I will write the characteristics of 5 kingdom and then examples. And you have to write the characteristics of these, what I am going to write in this segment. I will give the characteristics of Monera, Protista, Plantae, Fungi and Animalia. So you have to write the 4 characteristics and the examples. So after this classification chart, I will take you towards the characteristics now. Features. Number 1. Kingdom Monera. So the first characteristics, they lack nuclear membrane, so the primitive nucleus is called nucleoid. In the Monera, there is no nuclear membranes in the nucleus. Number 1, there is membrane in So they are called, so they are called primitive, and the nucleus is called there will be question that what is nucleoid? When you see you will see this type of structure. The nucleus is not surrounded by nuclear membrane. That is why this is called nucleoid. Because bacteria, you know, the example is bacteria, so they are undeveloped, you know. So bacteria, in bacteria the undeveloped nucleus is present, that is why they are called primitive nucleoid. Primitive nucleus is present, and that is called uncovered nucleus is present, that is called nucleoid. Number 2, there is no plastid and mitochondria. These cell organelles are absent. Number 3, they are unicellular organism, because I already told the monas means single. So they are called, they are cellular organisms. Number 4, they are microscopic. They are below 1 microns. They are microscopic. And the 5th number, examples. You can write examples: bacteria, cyanobacteria, Animalia. So you will write bacteria, cyanobacteria, etc. So when you start, you have to write the characteristics, features of these very things. Okay. So number 1, there is no nuclear membrane. They are called nucleoid. There is no plastids and mitochondria. They are unicellular organism. And the 4th one, they are microscopic. And the example is bacteria and cyanobacteria. 2 3 example you can write. Now I can erase this. Moving to the next kingdom. As I told you, you have to write the characters, 4 characteristics and 1 example. It will reach 5 characters. So I am giving you, you have to write the 4 characteristics and 1 examples. It will be 5. So the second kingdom, kingdom number 2, you can write kingdom number 2, Protista. As you know, in the Protista you will be remember, you will notice the characters of the amoeba Euglena paramecium. So they are not kept in the prokaryotic, they are eukaryotic. So I will write the unicellular what I have written, they are unicellular eukaryotes. It means they are little bit advanced than monerans, right? So in the Protista, so number 1 you will write, they are unicellular or colonial eukaryotes. Number 1. Unicellular or colonials. Means they are developed. They are unicellular or colony. They live in colony. They live in groups. That is why they are unicellular or colonial eukaryotes. They contain nuclear membrane and mitochondria. Now, coming to the advanced character, they contain membrane and mitochondria. Number 2 character, second character is they contain nuclear membrane. So they are advanced and obviously that is why the serial number is 2. Number 3, they can move by flagella, pseudopodia and cilia. So the locomotive organ is present. Okay, they can move by flagella, cilia, and flagella, cilia, you have to write C-I-L-I-A. These are the logo like flagella, C-I-L-I-A, and pseudopodia. Pseudopodia is present in the amoeba, false feet, which helps in the locomotion and which helps in taking food in. So flagella is present in the euglena, cilia is present in the paramecium. Got my point? So they can move by flagella, cilia and pseudopodia. Now some feeds on other protists. Some feeds. So they are parasitic also. Some feed on other protists like Plasmodium vivax, which lives in the human, which causes the disease malaria, and lives in the mosquito, female Anopheles mosquito. So they are called parasites. Okay, so some feeds on other protists. And the 5th number you will write the examples. Amoeba, euglena and paramecium. So you reached 5. Number 1, they are unicellular eukaryotes, little bit developed. They contain nuclear membrane. They contain mitochondria. They can move by flagella, cilia and pseudopodia. Some feeds on other, and that is why they are called parasites also. Moving to the kingdom number 3, you have to remember number 3, they are plantae. Number 3 category, means definitely they can perform photosynthesis, they are autotrophs, they contain chlorophyll, that is why they are called. Okay, so you can write they are producers. Number 1, character number 1, you have to write that they are producers. Simply you can write because they contain chlorophyll, they can perform photosynthesis, and that is why they are autotrophs, or you can call they are producers. They contain green pigments in the plastids. You can write number 2, they contain they contain green pigment, chlorophyll in the plant. Reproduction is, primarily sexual. Reproduction is primarily sexual type of reproduction. Primarily sexual type. Okay. Number 4, they have developed vascular tissues for conduction of the food and minerals. So they have, because we are moving to the advanced characteristics, so they have developed vascular tissues. Developed vascular tissues means which helps in the conduction of water, mineral and food. So vascular tissue means xylem and phloem. These tissues are present in the plants which helps in the conduction of water, mineral and in the conduction of food. In the, you have noticed that through the xylem they conduct the water, and through the phloem tissues the food is conducted from one part to another through these vascular tissues. The name is xylem and phloem. Okay, and the last you can write examples. So you can write examples means any example you can write. Rhizopus, penicillium, agaricus, etc. So these are the characters. They are producer, they contain green pigments, reproduction is primarily sexual, they have well developed vascular tissues. In the plant kingdom, you must remember there are category in the plant. So these are the basic features, these are the basic characteristics. Okay, and Rhizopus well developed, you can say that there are well developed algae masses. You can write examples. These are the fungi, but you can write the examples. I can delete this. Especially developed plant, you can write developed plants, not algae, not fungi. All plants you can keep it here. Ferns and seed plants, developed plants, seed plants. There are many examples of these developed plants. You need not to write these very things. So when you are writing the character, you have to see these very. Number 4. The 4th number is non-green plants, the separate category, and that is fungi. So what you will write? Fungi means multicellular decomposer. Decomposers which eat dead and decay matter. And here you have to write the examples. Rhizopus, many examples, Rhizopus, yeast, penicillium, etc. Number 1. In this characteristics, you have to see that in the fungi, they are eukaryotic multicellular. Number 1 you can write. They are eukaryotic multicellular, means complex. Eukaryotic They are multicellular eukaryotes. Number 2, they are showing saprophytic mode of nutrition. They lack chlorophyll, rather you should write. They lack means absent, they lack chlorophyll. Number 3, usually non-motile. Non-motile. They cannot move from one place to another place. So that is why they are called non-motile. Sexual and asexual reproduction. Little bit advanced characteristics. I am moving to that. Sexual and asexual reproduction is present. Number 4, sexual and these members are showing the sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. And you know, the last one you can write the examples, as you know. Examples of this, you know, the rhizopus, penicillium, rhizopus, penicillium, penicillium, and the rhizopus. Puccinia, there are many examples of the fungi. You have to write 2-3 examples. Okay, and the mode of they are saprophytic. You can write anywhere in place of this. So they are eukaryotic multicellular. Next, they lack chlorophyll. They are heterotrophic. They lack chlorophyll. They are saprophytic. They eat dead and decay matter. Usually non-motile. They cannot move. Sexual and asexual reproduction is present, and the example is rhizopus. Moving to the last one, that is kingdom. Kingdom Animalia. The 5th number, kingdom Animalia. So when we are moving to the next one, Animalia means they are heterotrophs. They cannot perform photosynthesis process. They are not producers. They are called heterotrophs. So multicellular consumers. They can consume. So you write multicellular consumers. So characteristic number 1, you can easily write in the animal kingdom, they are multicellular organism, they lack cell wall, they are multicellular organisms, they lack, characteristics number 2, they lack cell wall. There is no cell wall in the animal. They lack cell wall. Character number 3, you can write they are heterotrophic, no chlorophyll. They are heterotrophs having no chlorophyll. You can write they are heterotrophs having no chlorophyll. The 4th characteristics you can write, reproduction is mainly sexual. So sexual mode of reproduction is present. And number 5, you can write examples, non-chordate, chordate, human being, animal. Non-chordates, and chordates. Animals, all animals. Okay, so these are the 5 kingdom, and you have to write in this way you have to write. Okay, now I can erase, and now I'm moving for the last segment, and that is the assignment questions. So first assignment, make the classification table. Make the complete table of classification of plant kingdom. Table of classification okay. Number 2, you have to write what type of organisms does kingdom Monera includes. What type of what type means the example of what type of organisms, what type of organisms does kingdom Monera includes. Does kingdom Monera includes. Number 3, what type of organisms does kingdom Protista includes. Okay, so you have to write the type of organism present in this. Write the characteristics of number 4. Write the 4 main characters of fungi. So I'm sure that you will be writing these questions, and again I will be meeting with the next module in my next lecture. Thank you.